moisture control potting mix. Plants only get water when they need it. Fight ended or shifted. Miracle-Gro. Life starts here.
Mario had a job to do, but his tool selection wouldn't do. Luckily, the nearby AutoZone and a freeloader torque wrench did the trick. It left Mario feeling 10 feet tall.
It's called the Zone, and we'll help get you there.
Hi, I'm Brenda, and this is day one of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 37 pounds. Look at the new me.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Hydroxycut has completely changed my life. I can finally fit into the clothes that I love.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way and look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's the last line up defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
It's amazing out there, but it's cold here. Cold here in the swamp this morning.
61 degrees here in the swamp.
Why does it feel chilly?
You know, we've got a little bit of a north wind coming right off of the water behind us. We are starting to get a little light in the sky, you guys, and I can tell you it's going to be an amazing day in the Atchafalaya Basin.
Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, obviously, Kate told you where we are. Henderson's Landing, Henderson, Louisiana, McGee's Landing. If you take a look at the forecast, you can tell it's going to be spectacular today.
Such a gorgeous day in the south. And you deserve it after so many days of rain and severe weather. Now, it has been a pretty few days here. In fact, perfect, I would say, for going out and finding some crawfish, or if you want to call them, crawdads, mud bugs, whatever you want to call them. Look, and you know who that is that I'm talking to right there?
It's the mayor, I believe.
It is the mayor of Henderson. We were just out on the airboat, and I'm not even kidding you. He commercially fishes, and he was out getting some crawfish. We just saw him, and our nice guy, David, he goes, hey, look, it's the mayor. And so we had the mayor come over and talk to us. Incredible people here in the Atchafalaya Basin, and I was learning all about the crawdads.
Yeah, these little teeny crustaceans are amazing. And you know, although they have this beautiful reddish color to them, there are some exceptions.
Yes, every now and then you can get a blue one. They are incredibly rare, so it's kind of like lobsters in that regard.
Very similar.
And you know, the mayor there actually even showed us he had a half blue, half red one he saw one time.
That is crazy. Okay, I know this is going to boggle your mind. It's going to blow your imagination. You know that people actually have festivals for those.
What? For
crawfish festivals.
That's a little tease ahead to where you're going to find us tomorrow. And hey, you know what? You know what's going on today?
What's happening?
Kentucky Derby.
Indeed it is, folks. And we're going to give you some idea on some amazing tips. They have great drinks there, mint juleps, how you can make those yourself at home.
We will be listening closely to this one, I can guarantee it.
Bottoms up.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Drives down the lane. Beautiful.
Oh, come on.
The big man underneath.
Come on, it was in the pink there.
Up off the glass and it's in for two.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
After years of being treated like she was invisible, it occurred to Mindy she might actually be invisible. But Mindy was actually not invisible.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
She had just always been treated that
You
way.
don't have to look at me like that. There are worse things than an attractive woman touching your body. Okay.
Join the nation that sees you as a priority.
Nationwide is on your side.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're officially a month away from the start of hurricane season, but there's already something brewing in the tropics that will turn it into a tropical... Will it turn into a tropical storm? And how will it impact us in the U.S.?
And you know what, folks? We can't even remember the last time there was no precipitation in the national map. Not a single drop in sight. But that's all about to change with severe weather that happens to be right on the horizon, Kate.
And you know what else we've got? It's amazing out there. That's right. We can testify that it's amazing out there. We're on the road this morning checking out the beautiful Atchafalaya Basin. The sun is just starting to come up here. And please just join us on the spring road tour. Good morning to you.
What a morning it has been. I'm meteorologist Reynolds Wolf, along with my buddy, my pal, my co-anchor, my partner in crime, Kate Parker. We've had an amazing couple of days.
It has been a road trip, one for the record books, I got to tell you that. And we're here in the Atchafalaya Basin, and this is the biggest swamp in the United States. Yes. And look at that. The sun just starting to come up.
Oh, beautiful morning over McGee's Landing at this time, guys. It has been amazing. Not only is it the home to some great water in the Atchafalaya Basin, it is, let's see, 30% water, 70% land, and home to so many different types of animals, migrating birds. We've got bass, we've got drum, you've got, let's see, black bear are here. And
gators as well.
Nutria.
Nutria.
America's largest rodent.
You know what else? Everything is just waking up right now.
Indeed.
You know, the sun started peeking over the horizon. The birds are chirping. We're getting you going on this Saturday morning and telling you that it's amazing out there. We want you to go out and hit the road and enjoy it. So that's why we're in the Atchafalaya Basin today.
Absolutely. Our journey has taken us all the way from Natchez, Mississippi, which is certainly a beautiful spot. Another beautiful spot, of course, is back in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, yes,
that's where we find Mike and Kelly. But very quickly, the spring tour itself. Take a look, folks. Here it is, all the way from Natchez. Kate, every single mile, every turn of the wheel was enjoyable.
It has been a blast. Yesterday, we drove along the Mississippi River. It was gorgeous. Today, we are going to be in the swamp, but, you know, we've got Mike and Kelly swamped with a little bit of other news back in the studio, guys.
Hey, it looks good out there in the swamp.
And you guys are really selling it. The Nutria, America's largest rodent.
Woohoo.
I'm in.
Yeah, they've got the teeth.
Yeah. It's always a good time to very, very strange.
I wonder if it's as big as my daughter's guinea pigs.
Yeah?
Probably similar.
Oh, yeah, they're huge.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness.
Well, we will surely get to that. And a very purplish looking sky this morning as the sun's coming up on the Gulf Coast. We've got to look at the big picture to talk about what else we're tracking here on the Weather Channel, of course, and what we have to look forward to, and that is a warm up for many of us, especially across the plains today. It's already warmer compared to this time yesterday morning, but we're going to be about 10 to 20 degrees above average. Places like Omaha, Kansas City, a couple of isolated thunderstorms are possible, but the severe threat really starts to ramp up over the next couple of days. In fact, tomorrow we've got the red on the map from West Texas all the way over towards Minneapolis, St. Cloud, even into Milwaukee and Madison. Watch out, there could be some damaging winds and some hail with some of those storms tomorrow. And then, of course, we've got mystery in the tropics, an area of low pressure that's expected to develop here just off the southeast coast. It would be a little early, obviously. It's only May. Typically, hurricane season doesn't begin until June 1st here in the Atlantic Basin, but we still keep an eye on any storms that could form out here, and there's the potential it could affect us here along the Carolina coastway. Here's a live look at Kill Devil Hills right now, North Carolina. It's actually not a bad morning for us. We're looking at a high of about 61 degrees. Few showers can't be ruled out along the beaches there, and certainly no stranger to tropical weather. So this is something we're going to be watching very closely over the next couple of days. In the meantime, we do have that high surf advisory in effect until 2 o'clock this afternoon. But Mike, I know you've been looking at all the models and all the different scenarios of this potential tropical low. All
right, so this computer models have been hinting at this for days now, that some sort of low would be forming here off the Carolina coast. It looks like it's going to be a little, to me, it looks like the temperature should be warm enough for what may be considered to be a tropical system and not necessarily a subtropical system. Here's the current scenario. We already have a low off the coast, but that's going to push out, okay? And the front's going to go south, but it'll stall. You can see where the moisture ends up aligning right along that boundary, okay? It pulls back then to the north as we go early next week. An area of low pressure is trying to form here, but notice we've got a lot of dry air that we'd be fighting through to make this low actually happen. So some things will still be working against it. Having said that, take a look at what the American GFS model will be pumping out here. There's the initial low, moves out, high pressure builds in, weather should be fantastic for several more days. And then by Thursday morning, look at that itty bitty little low. It forms right in there, and it's a weak low at that, so we're likely to have more or less a wide wind field, if anything. And then notice what the European model does. There's our initial low. That moves out. High pressure builds in, so both the computer models agree in that regard. And then notice how this one forms a low, also fairly weak here, but a different day, Friday. So the European model is a little bit later, and then kind of dissipates it. So what happens with these? Still to be seen. If you really want to know where the action is this weekend, though, check this out.
Hey! Woo! Better than Reynolds. Hey.
Trained professional.
What can I say? Girl from Texas.
Kate and Reynolds having a ball. It's our Amazing Out There spring tour. You guys, you're up to guns this morning? And what happened here, Kate? You beat Reynolds in skeet?
Oh, I kicked his rear end in some skeet shooting. That's right. Yeah, they were at that 20 gauge. I got him.
So
I gotta
his
say,
man card has been revoked. Is that what you're saying?
How's it feel, Bama boy?
Few things humble a man worse than, you know, like it was along the lines of like a bad haircut or going over 4 in slow pitch softball. It's like that kind of humbling experience. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Apparently,
no,
girl
true
power.
Texan.
That girl knows a gun.
She killed it. She absolutely killed it. My forte, though, was fly fishing. And had the opportunity.
And you know what, guys, I will say, while he may not have done as well with, you know, the 20 gauge, Reynolds, with a fly fishing rod, he can hit any mark he wants. And, you know, it was terrific. We were out there on the Mississippi River. This is whenever we were in Natchez, Mississippi.
Absolutely.
You know, this beautiful historic town right on the Mississippi River. Jim Bob was nice enough to take us out on his boat, and that's where we did the skeet shooting, but it's also where Reynolds was able to cast a line.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're in flood stage up there, so the fish aren't really popping up to the surface, but still beautiful to get out there and experience. We did everything from skeet shooting to fishing to, you did some incredible kayaking out there as well.
Yeah.
It's very serene, very beautiful.
Gorgeous.
But, you know, it wasn't just the story of Mississippi. We did it a lot here, too, in the Atchafalaya Basin, got out on the airboats, and it was just a wonderful time. So it's just been enjoyable.
This is our second stop in the trip here today. We've got another stop tomorrow morning. It's amazing out there. It's a beautiful weekend. We've had enough of the bad weather news. We're trying to give you the good stuff. And
I think some of the good stuff is going to be part of the enjoyable warm weekend that's coming up. A lot of runners going out and about. Hey, we've got a big forecast for you coming up in a few moments. We'll talk to you guys coming up.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
Clearance weekend is happening now at Men's Warehouse. Right now, select clearance suits are only $149.99. Select clearance non-iron dress shirts are $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Are you still getting heartburn flare-ups? Time for a new routine. Try Nexium 24-Hour, the latest choice for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
Still paying too much for home phone service? Do the math. Magic Jack costs only $35 a year for unlimited local and long distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. And with the mobile app, get unlimited text messaging.
Unlimited texting for iOS only.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. And then it was silent.
This was it.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
The sun is rising on a beautiful new day in the Atchafalaya Basin, Louisiana, the heartland. You know, Kate, it's not only things that you see, but it's things that we're hearing this morning.
The birds have just woken up with the sun, and I got to tell you, it is incredible. What a gorgeous place to spend your morning here in the swamp. I mean, I think there's we just spotted a cardinal over there singing its song, and we've got all kinds of migratory birds that come through this area as well.
So many of them. You know, it's not just things high above, but it's also things on the ground. You've got all kinds of bear, you've got all kinds of rodents. Nutria, the largest rodent on the planet, and a great forecast to boot too. Take a look at what we have for you in terms of the temperatures. It is going to be spectacular today. Highs going up into the 70s, some 80s out there, leaving the 60s and 70s behind.
It's chilly this morning. You know, the coldest time of the day, right before sunrise. I got to tell you, we have a little chill in the swamp. You wouldn't really think that, but mercifully, the humidity is not bad.
That's true.
And so that's why we're able to actually cool down here tonight, overnight. But you know what? Something else heated up a little bit.
Yes.
Across the pond.
Absolutely. You know, not only are we giving birth to a great forecast, but giving birth to a new family member, the royal family.
Yes.
And Kelly has got the latest on that story.
News we just found out just within the last half hour, so it is time now for a look at your weather headlines. The wait for royal baby number 2 is officially over. We're looking live now at St. Mary's Hospital, where Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, has given birth to a baby girl.
It's a girl! It's a girl!
The Duchess was accompanied to the hospital by her husband, Prince William, to St. Mary's, which is the same hospital he was born in, by the way. And yes, officially, it's a little girl. We're so excited for them. But the folks who are awaiting the announcement, well, they're definitely going to need those umbrellas because we do have the showers moving in across the pond, across England and Ireland. A little bit breezy out there as well with the showers over there in London. It looks like the wet weather really kicks in during the evening hours on into the day tomorrow. So congratulations congratulations once again to the royal family there. Well, check out this dust devil tearing through a construction zone. Doug Brown posted this video to our Facebook page. These develop best on clear, dry, hot afternoons, and typically they're not really that dangerous, but you still have to be careful because the wind could pick up some small debris, especially on a construction site like that. Well, now back to the deadly 7.8 magnitude earthquake that struck Nepal nearly a week ago. More than 6,000 are dead and more than 14,000 are injured, with many others still unaccounted for throughout the region. AmeriCares is an emergency response and global health organization that has joined in to help those affected by the quake. And joining us now by Skype is AmeriCares Senior Vice President Dr. Ann Peterson. Good morning, Dr. Peterson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. First of all, how has your agency responded to the quake so far?
Well, good morning, and it's great to join you. We've been on the ground since day 2, and we have already delivered medicines to hospitals and clinics and patients in a number of the different districts. We have some medical teams that have been out delivering care to them, and we are going to be having an airlift with almost $1 million worth of medicines and medical supplies arriving here on Tuesday. So we're really up and out very quickly, and we're very pleased with our ability to respond and mitigate some of the harm that's happened here.
Yeah, this is such a huge, terrible ordeal for them. And when a situation like this occurs, you mentioned some of the things you have to prioritize, but how do you jump into action so quickly?
Get on the plane. And actually, the most important is knowing in advance the kinds of problems that you're likely to have. And so pre-planning what it is they're going to need, what you're going to need to bring. And having done this a number of times, to just know how do you set up the logistics? Who do you need to talk to in order to get the medicines in there? And we've done it a number of times at AmeriCares, and we just, really care. And part of what we do is move fast and fill in the gaps and try and assist people most in need.
And Dr. Peterson, of course, being a global organization, what kinds of specialists do you have working with you on a day-to-day basis?
We're working in
All right, we're so sorry that interview just kind of dropped out on us, but of course you can always go to weather.com. We have a list of all the charities that are providing aid. You'll find the links and contact information right there at weather.com. And again, our hearts and prayers go out to the folks there in Nepal. Right now, though, we take it back stateside. Kate and Reynolds, we're actually having a great time in Louisiana, aren't we?
We really are. I mean, we've got a little bit of mackerel skies up above. It's very tranquil. It's kind of chilly this morning. But the thing that's deceiving about it, Kate, is that Louisiana is home to not only some beautiful sights, but also at times some very, very rough weather.
Right. You had your fair share of it over the last week. You have had severe weather. You've had the hail. You've had tornadoes.
Yes.
But, severe weather is not that unusual in this part of the country. We also have the tropics that we'll be talking about whenever it comes to the history of this area.
And then something else we're going to talk about, a lot of people getting out and enjoying themselves and also hitting the water. Water safety tips coming up in just a few moments.
At WeatherTech, we never stop inventing ways to keep your vehicle protected. From floor liners and cargo liners to dozens of other world-class quality products, including no-drill mud flaps and bump step. Nothing is better for your car, truck, or SUV than WeatherTech for your family, the whole family. Go to WeatherTech.com to find the ultimate vehicle protection, along with a full line of automotive accessories. Nothing protects like WeatherTech.
So when my husband started getting better dental checkups than me, I decided to go pro with Crest Pro Health Advanced.
Advanced to healthier gums and stronger teeth from day one.
My mouth is getting healthier. My teeth are getting stronger.
This Crest toothpaste is superior in 5 areas.
Great checkup.
Hi, I'm Brenda, and this is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 37 pounds. Look at the new me.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Hydroxycut has completely changed my life. I can finally fit into the clothes that I love.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you were watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Alltech Roofing, the area's premier roofing company since 1984. We are a family-owned and operated business, and we specialize in roof replacement, repair, and new construction of all roof types. Alltech Roofing is proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and have received numerous awards for quality and workmanship. Join our legions of satisfied customers today by calling Alltech Roofing for a free quote on any of your roofing needs.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies. High 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, so what's the name of the swamp? What is it?
We're here in the Atchafalaya Basin.
Okay.
That's exactly where we are.
Would you say that the people of this, of the animals, the people, the culture, would you say it's kind of a hybrid? Kind of like so many things, so many wonderful things all mixed together?
Louisiana has its fair share of all kinds of weather.
It does.
We see severe weather here. We see hurricanes here. You know, this Gulf Coast in general, these states, they're used to this severe weather. You see it all the time. We actually saw a big rig flipped over just this last week in Texas.
You're right, in Godly, Texas. That was certainly a frightening thing to see. And from places like Texas clear down to here on the Gulf Coast, one of the reasons why we had the rough weather is really the close proximity to the water.
Yep, and that heat up that starts to happen in the spring, which we're hoping for a little bit of that because it's 61 degrees here in the swamp this morning. But it's going to get a lot warmer than that once this big, beautiful ball of sun gets into the sky. So that means things are heating up and people are getting outside trying to cool down.
Absolutely, which means that the first thing they're going to do is they're going to get into the water.
Hopefully not this water.
No, and we're not going to get into this water.
Because there are gators in there.
Yeah, definitely so. But in speaking of water, you want to be safe, and to get some better ideas of how to do that, how to keep yourself, your friends, your family, your neighbors safe in the water, we're going to send it back to Kelly.
Yeah, guys, it's so important to really emphasize that, especially this time of the year as things are starting to heat up out there. Boston is on par to hit its first 70-degree temperature tomorrow. First time since Halloween, as a matter of fact. And for the Northeast next week, we're talking temperatures nearly 20 degrees above average. So a taste of this warm weather will have a lot of folks flocking to the beaches, the lakes, and the pools. So it's really not too soon to stress water safety. Joining us live now is Dr. Peter Wernicke, a water safety expert for the American Red Cross. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor.
Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. Talk about the importance of checking the forecast and just knowing the conditions before you even head out.
Yeah, anytime you are going to head out for a swimming, boating, or other water activity, the weather is really important. It could ruin your day if there's any severe weather, thunderstorms, wind, rain, things like that. And you need to check it often because it can change quickly and really affect your plans.
And, you know, sometimes it's swim at your own risk, right? Sometimes you don't have a lifeguard there.
Well, but we don't recommend that. I think the best thing you can do to stay safe is swim in a designated swimming area, one with a lifeguard, because the lifeguards, in addition to their duties of life-saving, they also will monitor the weather and notify if you are there any problems.
And how do you keep your family safe, especially when you do have thunderstorms in the forecast? You're out on the water, especially for hours at a time. Specifically, I'm talking about lightning.
Well, if you hear thunder or see lightning, you need to immediately exit the water. You need to exit the beach and get into an appropriate shelter. When I say a shelter, I mean a permanent building or a vehicle. You don't want to be under an umbrella or under a tree. And you want to stay inside until there's been no thunder or no lightning for at least 30 minutes. Then it'll be safe to exit and get back outside and enjoy your day.
And doctor, I like my water temperature nice and toasty, but this time of the year, it's still running pretty cold out there, and that can be actually rather dangerous.
Yeah, if the water temperature is low and the wind is up, your body temperature can drop, and you can develop some conditions such as hypothermia, which can have negative health effects. So if you're feeling cold, if you're shivering, if your child is shivering, you need to get out of the water, dry off, and get some nice dry clothes on until you're feeling better.
And finally, really quickly, what are the 5 critical water safety skills?
Well, first is swim near a lifeguard. Second, learn to swim at any Red Cross organization course, which could be all over the country. Swim with a buddy, and you should also always be around others when you're swimming.
All right, great advice, Dr. Peter Wernicke. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We're going to head back down to the Gulf Coast. And Kate and Reynolds, I understand, speaking of water safety, you guys had some fun out in the water. And Kate, you're not just talking it, you're actually living it. Look at you with the life preserver on.
There it is. There it is. I've got my life preserver on. I was out there. I had water to help keep myself hydrated out there on the Mississippi River. This was in Natchez, Mississippi. Our first stop on our road trip yesterday. Today, we're in the Atchafalaya Basin.
You'd think you're a teacher's kid or something. Just because you played by the... Oh, I guess you were. Yeah, that's right, your mom's teacher.
Yeah, daughter of a teacher and a fireman. Of course, I'm going to do the safe thing.
You always play by the rules. Do I play by the rules always?
Never.
Not as much.
See, Reynolds should be, but you have an excuse.
A little bit.
As to why you weren't wearing a life preserver out there on the boat yesterday. Why is that?
I was fly fishing. And you got to keep. You can wear a PFD, personal flotation device, that kind of thing. But it's all about the flexibility. It's all about putting out the line. It's all about sitting on the water gently. You got to be careful.
Bad boy. He's the bad one this morning. Okay, so we are in the Atchafalaya Basin now. We're on this road trip. We're showing you why it's amazing out there, because it is. It is a glorious weekend across the country. Millions are going to be enjoying some nice weather for once.
It's going to be wonderful, folks. We've got great events that are taking place not only here in Louisiana, but across the country. We're going to have the full stories of what you can expect. Plus, we do have severe weather that is in the forecast. We want to keep you and your family safe. We got that information, Kate, coming up.
Spelunking in soggy pants. Spelunking in Duluth dry on the fly pants. Duluth trading dry on the fly pants. Dry your legs, lickety split. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo.
Alicia was on a mission to energize her car. AutoZone matched her with a tough Duralast battery. And Alicia felt more energized. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Constant Contact gives you all the best email marketing tools, like newsletters and event invites. So whether you run a small business or a nonprofit, you can connect with, well, everyone. Try email marketing free at ConstantContact.com.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. And then it was silent.
This was it.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Monday morning, a deeper look at the weather, timing, and decision-making that ultimately led to the sailing tragedy in Mobile Bay. Wake up with Al and AMHQ Monday morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
What is Reynolds Wolf doing right now?
Oh, I'm getting the fly rod ready. This is actually...
He is getting the fly rod ready.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's an extension of the soul. Absolutely. This is a
this is an extension of your arm.
That's right. This is the new L.O. Bean Apex 8-weight fly rod. And I know that you had something over there behind you, one of your buddies. Look at this little item.
This is my friend over here behind me. That's Henry. Henry only has one eye. He's our resident goose that likes to hang out around here. He's pretty cute, huh?
Yeah, it didn't. Well, I guess you or someone else actually was petting it.
Yeah, we just was petting him. Well, I tried because, you know, I like to snuggle all the animals. Now, there are a ton of animals that live here in the swamp.
Indeed.
We're in the Atchafalaya Basin.
Yep.
You know, here for the It's Amazing Out There tour because, you know what, guys? It is amazing out there. The weather's perfect this weekend. And we're on a road trip that you can easily do with your family. And we just want to encourage you to enjoy the great outdoors.
Absolutely. We've had the opportunity to see the people, places, and amazing traditions that make America unique. And two unique people, Mike and Kelly. Let's get back to you in the studio.
Right back at you guys. Doing a great job out there so far this morning. So glad the weather's cooperating for them, right?
And something unique. It's finally dry. And it's finally warming up for us. So let's take a look at the top 3 weather stories are falling for America. Oh, those warmer temperatures, they're on the move, Kelly.
They are on the move. We're already warmer this morning compared to yesterday. So the highs, 10 to 20 degrees above average. Eventually, we'll bring that heat up into the northeast, including Boston. We haven't hit 70 since before Halloween of last year.
It's hard to believe.
I know,
But
right?
Boston, we're finally going to do it for you, I think. All right, story number 2 that we're going to follow for you today. Storms returning to the Midwest and for several days.
Yeah, in fact, we could see a few isolated storms out there on the plains, but really that severe threat is going to be ramping up over the next couple of days. Kansas City, Oklahoma City, down to Dallas, and eventually into Madison, Milwaukee, and Chicago as we head towards early next week.
So May, that's pretty typical. What's atypical, though, is tropical weather in the month of May, but we've got our eyes on the Atlantic coast.
Always got to keep an eye on things, right? I mean, even though hurricane season doesn't officially begin until June 1st here in the Atlantic Basin, there is something that the computer models are kind of picking up on here, an area of low pressure along the Carolina coast. Depending on where it develops, we'll see, right?
We'll have more on this still to come, but it'll be very interesting.
Very interesting, kind of a mystery for us. Let's take a live look at Chicago right now here in the Windy City. We've got temperatures in the low 50s right now. It is going to be a gorgeous weekend for your Cubs playing at home today. High temperatures in the 70s. We do see the storms, though, moving in for Sunday night and then eventually into Monday as well. And, Mike, we're going to have to watch these storms. Some of them could turn severe next week.
We're going to watch it all very, very closely. We think that late weekend, meaning tomorrow, we've got some opportunities here in the upper Midwest. Let me get right to it and show what's going on here. We've got a stalled out boundary here. And we got the moist flow coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. So pretty decent setup in order to get some storms to fire up here. Will they be severe? There's a possibility we could encounter some wind here, could encounter a little bit of hail. How about Monday's forecast, though? Larger areas severe weather from, say, the Midwest, I-70 back down across West Texas. And then on Tuesday, more severe weather and more concentrated now. This could include tornadoes and includes West and Central Texas. In fact, we have Torcon numbers here that go up to 3 or a 30% chance of tornadoes West Texas and southeast New Mexico, I should say. So that may include a place, say maybe like Clovis or maybe Lubbock and Amarillo. And then on Wednesday, I think even more chances for severe storms from Nebraska all the way down to the Mexican border here. San Angelo, Oklahoma City, up through maybe Lincoln. You're included, central Nebraska. That's us. Grand Island and Kearney, we could be impacted. Then down through central Oklahoma and central Texas as well. So places like Oklahoma City and back down through Abilene. Heads up. Could be looking at a 3-day outbreak, I think, for Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as Thursday. But over the last week, the Gulf got hit pretty hard with severe weather. Not the case this weekend, though. Weather absolutely, truly gorgeous. Kate and Reynolds, what's going down there in the basin?
Well, it's been just beautiful, and for a lot of people around the country who may have not had the opportunity to go out and explore it, we've done the heavy lifting for you.
You may not know that this gem of the largest swamp in the nation lies just here in Louisiana. Take a look at the Atchafalaya Basin.
This area is what we call the Atchafalaya Basin, which is along the Atchafalaya River, which meanders about 120 miles to the Gulf. It is the largest and greatest remaining river swamp left in the U.S., and it always has been one of the largest, if not the largest.
You know what's amazing is there was a time in human existence when we believe that swamps are bad things. We believe that the best thing you do with a swamp is to drain it and convert it into farmland.
Yeah.
But it's such a valuable resource, isn't it?
It is the most valuable asset to the whole central United States. All that water comes through here is filtered naturally through these swamps and goes down to the Gulf, and by the time it gets to the Gulf, it's wonderful and beautiful water here. Now they allow 1/3 of the Mississippi River's flow to flow into the Atchafalaya Basin to protect low-lying areas like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and all the low-lying areas all the way down in Mississippi. In the springtime is when our water levels rise, and our water levels will fluctuate up to 25 feet.
You've spent a lifetime here. What is it about the basin, about the swamp that's so special?
It's kind of like a gas station for your soul. You know, it gives you that full refill of soulful energy.
This place restores the soul.
It does.
It recharges you.
It recharges. It's unique to nothing but itself. Nothing is comparable. Yeah. Not the Everglades, not any other swamp system. Nothing is comparable to this.
My gosh, we go from the running of airboats to the running of the roses today.
That's right. The Kentucky Derby takes place today, and we're going to see who comes out on top. And you can get some good drink recipes as well,
Good drink recipes, and how they also handicap the race. That story coming up. Boom, boom.
Clearance weekend is happening now at Men's Warehouse. Right now, select clearance suits are only $149.99. Select clearance non-iron dress shirts are $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Veggies, you're cool. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure, with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals.
And now, with twice as much vitamin D, which up to 90% of people don't get enough of.
Oh, the sunshine vitamin.
Ensure now has 2 times more vitamin D to support strong bones. Ensure, take life in.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see? Yeah. Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Still paying too much for home phone service? Do the math. Magic Jack costs only $35 a year for unlimited local and long-distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. And with the mobile app, get unlimited text messaging.
Unlimited texting for iOS only.
I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
I thought I was going to be the big kid my whole life. I never thought I'd look like this.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix. I lost 37 pounds. Thanks, Hydroxycut. Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised.
Go to Wix.com. Create your website today.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies. High 79. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, well, we are up. You know, the sun is coming up a little bit. We're seeing a few mosquitoes out, but they're friends, right? We've been here for the last couple of days, so we're already kind of warmed up to each other.
Yeah, we are. They got in their warm-up bites around our ankles.
Have you noticed, though, that with the things kind of waking up, it's almost like a festival atmosphere, and there are plenty of festivals around the country.
The sun is having a festival right now. Coming up in the sky, the birds are chirping. You guys, we're in the Atchafalaya Basin. It's in Louisiana.
Yes,
we're on the It's Amazing Out There spring tour because it is just that. Amazing this morning. We finally don't have severe weather, at least not in this area today. You're getting a break from it. The country as a whole is so quiet today.
Yeah, it is a really great day to get out there, and certainly we're in a beautiful spot. Many of you are in great spots too, and you've got the opportunity to get out and enjoy the beauty and splendor and each other, quite honestly. So take a look at some of the festivals we have. The first one, I'm having a hard time reading.
It's the Apple Blossom Festival.
Oh, in Winchester. Rodney Hall, our photojournalist, is actually from Virginia. Winchester, Virginia, beautiful place. It's a great event. Weather looks like it's going to cooperate.
Spectacular. Temperatures in the 70s, maybe a couple clouds in the afternoon. But what about River Street? Maybe you're headed out there. The River Street Seafood Festival, that's in Savannah, Georgia.
Yes, guys, get out there and certainly make the most of that. That's going to be a wonderful time for you. Temperatures very comfortable, too, going into the 60s and the 70s.
And, of course, the Derby forecast. We even have some members of our own AMHQ weekend team that are out there, not on a work capacity. MHQ team, Sam Champion out there enjoying the Derby later on today, and the weather is going to be Kentucky for them.
Oh, yes, the Woodford Reserve will flow and the horses will run. It's going to be spectacular. You know, there's actually a crazy science to it when it comes to the Kentucky Derby. Not only the forecast, of course, but forecasting the winners. That's right, we're talking handicapping. There is a special science to it. Our dear friend Al Roker got up close and personal and has this amazing story.
Days at Churchill Downs start well before dawn. Handicapper Marty McGee is up before the sun trying to get the inside track on the Derby contenders who'll run the track.
Are you going to give the jockey any instructions?
No, he's a Hall of Famer. This is Marty's 42nd consecutive Derby. As a writer for the Daily Racing Form, he's looking at all the factors that can turn a world-class racehorse into a Derby champion.
One of them is class, another is speed, another is consistency. Weather is very much a factor in trying to figure out who's going to win a race.
A horse's past performance weighs heavily into the odds of every race.
If a horse, even if it's not on the Churchill track, somewhere else has put in a very bad performance on a wet track, then I will certainly drop them down the list. Good horses should be able to run over any kind of surfaces. Some may like it more than others, but I think at this level, they better be able to handle everything.
Thanks to a forecast of sun and 70s on this first Saturday in May, it's going to be a fight to the finish for one of the deepest fields of Derby talent in recent history, and that suits the handicappers just fine.
The track will be fast, the sun will be out. The horses generally don't like it too hot, and it won't be.
Place your bets. You don't have to know everything about bloodlines and pedigree. Even the pros sometimes just feel it. Basically, it's a lot of intuition and hunch and getting lucky at the end. I'm Al Roker for the Weather Channel.
Okay, smart lady, I know you know this. You might know this, but maybe some reviewers don't, that there are actually some horses they refer to as mudders that actually can run better in muddy conditions.
Right.
And speaking of weather or temperatures, not just precipitation, but temperatures, take a look at that. Sometimes the horses don't run when it gets kind of hot, and look at it, 39% of the time they get into the 70s.
Yeah, during the Derby there, and that's what it looks like today, really. There is that 31% that have been in the 80s, that 1% that's been in the 90s. That's a little too hot for the horses. They could easily overheat, and you could overheat too if you're not careful in those temperatures.
It's good to enjoy them in juleps to cool down, but maybe too many of those not a good.
Well, we're cooled down here in the swamp this morning.
Yes.
I got to tell you what, it is a little bit on the cool side. We're going to heat up. That sun is coming up for us, but something else is coming up. It's hurricane season,
Yes,
but
indeed,
do we
folks.
already have something brewing in the tropics?
That's right. We're going to hand it over to Mike Bettis and Kelly Cass in a little bit. We're going to get a better inspection of what exactly is going out there in the tropics. Folks, no matter what happens, you need to be prepared, by the way. Get your hurricane preparedness kits ready, and also prepare for a beautiful sunrise cake.
Look at this. This is us in the swamp, the Atchafalaya Basin. You can't beat that sunrise, can you?
This program powered by Ram Trucks. Guts, Glory, Ram.
The ones with the guts to stand apart. Join a league all their own.
Now at Boston Market, new slow-braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
Breathe.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there. Constant Contact makes it easier than ever to connect with customers using all the best email marketing tools, like online promotions and email newsletters, so you can help your small business do more business. Try email marketing free at ConstantContact.com.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Replacing old drain lines used to mean tearing up floors and walls and digging a huge trench in your house, but not anymore. Now there's trenchless drain line repair. Our trenchless pipelining method creates a new permanent pipe inside the existing pipe. A liner saturated with epoxy is inserted into the pipe. A bladder is inflated until the epoxy hardens to form a new pipe inside the old pipe. It's removed and the pipe is ready for use, better than new. Need a drain line repair? Go trenchless. Call Quick Plumbers today.
If your age is between 50 and 85, you probably think you can't afford life insurance. The thought of leaving your family the burden of your final expenses can be stressful, but one simple call to Fidelity Life can provide you and your family with peace of mind. With premiums and coverage amounts guaranteed to stay the same for the life of the policy. There's no medical exam required, and by answering a few simple questions, your coverage can start immediately. Speak with a licensed agent for Fidelity Life today.
Call today, 1-800-516-0730.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, Kate, let's be honest. A lot of times we get in the studio and it's too chilly for you.
It's a little on the cool side.
We came out here to the swamp, it was chilly, but now it's starting to warm up. And why would you think that is?
That gorgeous big ball of lava in the sky. Boy, do we love that sun. We're happy to see it in the swamp this morning because we're in the Atchafalaya Basin.
We did. Oh,
right now, I'm stuck in a with this dude.
I know. It's been crazy. But
he's like the big brother I never wished to have.
Hey, look, sister, it's been great. It's been wonderful the last couple of days. The weather really has been cooperating, but I have to tell you that in some places the weather is, I'd say, kind of a mystery.
It is a little bit of a mystery.
Indeed.
Let's try and unfold it. Let's go back to Mike and Kelly in the studio.
Battling the radio stations, I take it, guys, in the car. We're good.
Reynolds to me seems like an AM guy all the way. He's like talk radio AM the whole way, and then Kate's just got hip hop just written all over. All right, well, let's talk about what that mystery may be, and we're talking about this low pressure that may be forming off the southeast coast as predicted by our computer models a few days from now. Will that become a tropical system?
And it's a little early for that to happen.
It is. It is. I mean, hurricane season does not begin until June 1st, and so this is definitely preseason. This is what's happening right now. We've got a low there. That's not the one we're talking about. But watch this front as it goes south, stalls out across the Bahamas and Cuba, and then wants to pull its way back north again. An upper level low forms, then a surface low forms off of that. Could we be looking at a full-fledged tropical system here off the Carolina coast? It's not unheard of.
Right.
This could happen. But I think what the devil's in the details. You know, how strong will it be? What will its location be? What will its impacts be? I think there's so many different things to work out in the atmosphere still, and this may not happen until Thursday, that we've got another 5 days to figure it out. So time will tell.
Could it even be like a hybrid type of storm where it's not completely tropical, but yet not completely extra tropical?
I think that's possible too. I think right now I'm leaning more towards tropical because I think we've got enough warm core at the base that will get that. But you know, May storms aren't unheard of.
Right.
Certainly not. Look at this. Since 1850, we've had a lot of May origins in the Atlantic Basin and several hurricanes that went along with it. But let's break it down, though. Let's go back down to the Gulf Coast where Kate and Reynolds are. Very rare for it to happen along the Gulf Coast. In fact, we've only had 5 landfalling tropical systems in the month of May in the Gulf Coast, and we've been goose egg shut out for hurricanes. We've never had a hurricane make landfall along the Gulf Coast in May. That bodes well for us. Usually it's late in the season that things get going in the Gulf.
That's a good thing because, you know, the peak of hurricane season September, and everybody gets a little anxious getting towards that. So we almost need this prep time, right?
So early season is prep time for sure.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Mike. And of course, we're checking back in with the It's Amazing Out There spring tour. See what kinds of hijinks Reynolds and Kate are up to as they take a ride with the airboat. And there's Reynolds. Catching anything,
Fish and pole in hand. Always.
I went to Ancestry.com, but I thought, I'm not going to make it very far. I knew my parents and my grandparents, and then it happened. I got a leaf. When I clicked on it, I could actually see my grandfather's draft card from World War I and his U.S. Census from 1910, and another members tree that had my great-grandparents and their parents and everything. And it all started with my first leaf.
Who will you discover at Ancestry.com?
14 clubs. That's what they tell us a legal golf bag can hold. And while that leaves a little room for balls and tees, it doesn't leave room for much else. There's no room left for deadlines or conference calls. Not a single pocket to hold the stress of the day or the to-do list of tomorrow. Only 14 clubs. Pick out the right one and drive it right down the middle of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
Deep in the dark, untouched recesses of your engine is power you never knew it could produce. And vapor can set it free. New Stable 360 Performance unleashes that exclusive vapor technology that rises above the fuel line to protect your engine where other additives can't, to help keep your engine running cleaner, leaner, smoother, and stronger than ever. The next level of performance is in the vapor. Stable 360 Performance.
I knew instantly that this was, wow. It's Crest HD. It's amazing.
New Crest HD gives you a 6 times healthier mouth and 6 times whiter teeth in just 1 week.
It gets practically every detail. That's why it's called HD.
Try new Crest Pro Health HD.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
My kid's still in school.
And it just hit us.
This was it. The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. It wasn't a nightmare. And then it was silent.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Hey, welcome back to AMHQ Weekend. I'm out here in the Atchafalaya Basin. I'm here with my good friend Byron. Byron, how are you doing this morning?
Just fine. Beautiful morning.
You've been out here with all morning. That's your airboat that we've been sitting on?
That is the one I drive.
Yeah. Okay, so we were just looking over here. You have a crawfish trap right here. Think any crawfish in it this morning?
We're going to check and find out.
Yeah, it's amazing out here. What do you think about this weather this morning?
Oh, it's beautiful compared to what we got last week. So, yeah, we're enjoying this a lot.
Good. It's a perfect weekend for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we've got in here. This is a crawfish trap. Now, this is something that you use. Is this pretty typical?
Pretty typical, yes. Oh.
Ooh, we got some crawdads in there. Look at these mud bugs. What do you think?
Here.
Is this pretty typical that you'll wake up in the morning and you'll get this many?
Every morning.
Do you eat them?
Oh, yes.
Is this is you getting ready for your dinner?
Well, I'm
right?
getting ready to boil and peel.
Yeah?
Yes, sure.
Lunch, dinner, what do you do?
Yeah, I peel about 3 pounds and I'll make an etouffee for everybody.
Oh, does that include me?
Yes.
Okay, so I learned the other day that this is a female, correct?
It is.
Hey, look at that. Did I impress you, Byron?
You did.
You know who I learned that from?
No, I did.
The mayor.
The mayor. Okay.
Do you find the mayor out here pretty often? Because we just came across him out there in the swamp.
Yeah, he comes about every weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, this is a beautiful way to start the morning. Now, you guys boil them. You eat them. There's a big crawfish festival going down the street too.
That's what I understand. Yes, this weekend.
Oh, look at her. She is. I'm making her mad, you guys. Look at her. She is a mad crawdad. Okay. Well, we are going. Oh, I'm gonna get pinched. Okay. Oh my gosh, he's a brave soul. He was just bit by a snake about 1 second ago, FYI. All right, so we are here. We're in the swamp. It's amazing out there. We're on our Amazing Out There tour. Reynolds and I are going to be back for the whole next hour and the next several to take you around the south and show you what's going on this beautiful weekend. But there is severe weather in the forecast and something brewing in the tropics, too. All that coming up.
Hey, ladies, you love it. You gotta have it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because that cinnamon and sugar is so irresistible. Everybody craves those crazy squares.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
I got bit by a snake.
C'est pas poison.
Poison? Okay, oh wow. Okay, yeah, I feel that.
C'est pas poison.
That's definitely poison.
Apparently, I'm immune to venom.
Immune to venom?
Steve.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up your number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're officially a month away from the start of hurricane season, but there's already something brewing in the tropics that's caught our attention. Will it turn into a tropical storm, and how will it impact the U.S.?
You know, it's amazing. We can't remember the last time there was no precipitation on the national map, not even a single drop in sight. But that's all about to change with severe weather that happens to be on the horizon.
And we can testify that it is amazing out there. Preach! We're on the road this morning checking out the beauty that is Louisiana. Join us for our spring road tour. Good morning to you.
Yes. You know, sometimes in television there are things that are known as good assignments and bad ones, and what we've had over the last couple of days has been nothing short of magical.
I know. Magical road trip, magical mystery tour with Reynolds and I from Mississippi to Louisiana, because we're tired of delivering the bad news.
That's true.
We wanted to bring you some good.
Absolutely. And take a look at the map. We've gone from Natchez, which is an amazing place, one of the highest points you'll find on the Mississippi River, a beautiful town that was actually, let's see, settled in the 1700s?
Yes, and there are 500 homes on the historic register there. Just to give you an idea of how rich in history that first stop was.
Absolutely. And here we are in the Atchafalaya Basin. They have a hard time saying it this morning. Atchafalaya Basin.
It only works if you yell it.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. It certainly is the biggest that we have in the country, larger than Rhode Island, home to so many different species of migratory birds that come in, and a lot of animals that stay year-round, including
And it kind
bears.
it acts like a filter, like a filtration system. It's this amazing ecosystem that we absolutely love.
That's certainly a good way to put it. At one time, I guess it was around 10,000 years ago, the Mississippi River actually flowed right through the basin all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's kind of
been diverted, and things have changed a little bit, but still an incredible part of the country. Cypress trees behind us, just the glory of the morning.
And how old were some of these? Some of these were actually much, much older, about 2,000 years in age. For that time, you know, for thousands of years, the Gulf Coast has been a place that's been inundated with bad weather. Certainly the Louisiana area, no stranger to the rough weather. We had some last week, in fact.
We did indeed, yeah. Take a look at this. This video coming to us from, I think this is in New Orleans.
Yep.
You can see there right along, this looks like the lake that you've got there, right there along the front there.
Yeah, Ponce
and the huge waves coming on shore. That was just from severe weather, but we have a lot going on. Let's go ahead and check in. Today's quiet, but things are changing. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, good morning, guys. Looks like a beautiful morning compared to this time last weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had lots of storms. That's kind of calming down a bit. We're going to follow the storms for you, though. They could be returning by tomorrow, maybe lasting all the way through the end of the week across the plains.
Yeah, severe threat, that's going to be ramping up. We're going to be all over that here at the Weather Channel, of course, but we've also got to look at your other top stories in the big picture this morning, and it's all about the warmth, really. It's already a warm morning compared to this time yesterday across the plains. Kansas City, St. Louis, even over towards Chicago, Minneapolis, temperatures running anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. It's the start of May, our first weekend of May, also looking at the threat for severe weather, especially as we get into the day tomorrow. So heads up anywhere from the upper Midwest, Madison, Minneapolis, St. Cloud, all the way down toward the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. Main threat, damaging winds and large hail, but we can't rule out the possibility of some isolated tornadoes. And then it's all about the mystery and what could develop off the southeast coast. This is an area of low pressure that some of the computer models want to make tropical. It's a bit early for that to happen. Typically, hurricane season here in the Atlantic Basin doesn't start until June 1st, but still, we need to keep an eye on this one, especially for those of you in the Carolinas. Let's take you out to Kill Devil Hills right now along the coast of North Carolina, where temperatures are going to be in the low 60s. There's some high surf for you. In fact, it's going to be a bit cloudy for you at times, and we could see some really strong wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour, so a high surf advisory in effect. Be careful as you venture out into the sea. And Mike, you've got much more on what the computer models are saying with this area of low pressure.
Indeed, it's not completely unheard of to get a system to happen before the beginning of hurricane season, but it's not all that common either. In fact, when you go back through history and take a look at the statistics, we haven't had a lot, but you notice that it really ramped up in recent decades. The reason for that, satellite observation, we can actually peek down on these storms from up above as the satellites orbit space, which we didn't have before. So some of these storms actually went unnoticed. We have better weather observation now than we did back in the 1850s when we first started keeping track of hurricanes. But take a look at the early start to the season. This is today. We've got a low that's sitting right here. That will exit, though. And as that low exits and the front goes south, you're going to end up getting a cold front that becomes more or less a stationary front and stalls out back down across the Bahamas. Then reforms coming back north as a low, basically right off the Carolina coast, okay? That low translates down to the surface and may see a low pressure developing here, say, off the Carolina coast. It's all in the details. Really, devil's in the details here. How strong will it be? What will its location be? How long will it stick around? That all determines what the impacts are to our coastline. There's a look at the water temperatures, by the way. Generally in the upper 70s, not that shabby to form a tropical systems here. Certainly a lot warmer water down to the south once you get back down through the Bahamas and the islands here that would support a system more than the 70s will. But take a look at the early start to the season as that high pressure then rolls out. In comes our low. Where does it sit? This is basically our GFS model, the American computer model, sitting it off the coast here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as a fairly weak system. Could it get a name? It's a possibility if it meets the criteria. All it has to do is get 39-mile-per-hour winds to become a tropical storm. Of course, we'll follow more of this as the details become clearer for us. Well, did you know, Kate and Reynolds, they've been out there having some fun. It's their spring tour. Take a look.
We're in Woodville, Mississippi. Mississippi's a lot like what, Reynolds?
Like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get in Mississippi.
So we've got Forrest and we got Lieutenant Dan down there in Louisiana.
That's right. See, magic shoes. Mama said they take me anywhere. That's right.
You know what? We're not in Greenbow, Alabama.
No, we're not. No, we're not, Jenny.
We're in Hendersonville, Louisiana.
That's right.
And you know what? It's a gorgeous morning.
It
but
is.
You know what?
Bring it.
You're a goofball.
I am a goofball.
This has been a blast.
It is. It has been a lot of fun, and hopefully we're giving you folks some ideas of what great things we have around the country, because every corner of this wonderful map that we have that we call the United States, you've got amazing people, you've got amazing stories, you've got amazing traditions, and to get out and experience all of them like this, Kate, look, your kayaking was incredible.
It was a silent day on the Mississippi that I got to spend. This was up in Natchez, our first stop on our tour, and I got to tell you, it was incredible. So serene and relaxing.
Would you do that
a
again?
Mental escape. I want to be there right now.
Hey, we can.
It was gorgeous. I'm going to mentally go back to that kayak, and we're going to take you to the Gulf Coast.
Yes,
show you the forecast there. We're also going to take you to Australia because there's some weird things.
Interesting thing going in Australia, we're including. home that's really causing a lot of headaches for a lot of people.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
Nexium 24-hour. It's the purple pill. The #1 prescribed acid-blocking brand. Available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
Clearance weekend is happening now at Men's Warehouse. Right now, select clearance suits are only $149.99. Select clearance non-iron dress shirts are $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
I'm excited to use Hydroxycut because I really want to lose weight.
Hey, we're gonna live free.
I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand.
Lose weight your way.
Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Don't let more years go by and continue to pack on the pounds. Start as soon as you can.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Monday morning, a deeper look at the weather, timing, and decision-making that ultimately led to the sailing tragedy in Mobile Bay. Wake up with Al and AMHQ, Monday morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Hi, folks.
Dude, we got to do TV. We got to do TV. What are you doing?
Schmeevy. We're fly fishing here, guys. Come on. This is good stuff.
This is how we always find Reynolds Wolf. This is how we always find him, over here, casting a line. And you know what? He's got terrific aim, I got to say. But it's been every body of water that we can find, whether it be a pond, whether it be the swamp here at the Atchafalaya Basin. This is what it's all about, folks. We're getting out there. It's amazing out there, right, Reynolds?
Absolutely. We're actually on?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
sorry,
we're doing
guys.
television.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just having a good time.
Guys, you know what? The forecast today, stunning across the Gulf Coast. This is the day that you want to get out. That's what we're saying. We're encouraging you. Get outside because it's beautiful out there. It's amazing out there. And this is an amazing part of the country. We're going to show you more from the basin coming up in just a little bit. But we want to get you that forecast. You know, 80s this afternoon. Gorgeous. But there was some other news across the pond, I hear. And let's go back to Kelly for that big news in the studio.
Yes, indeed, Kate. Be careful, by the way. Don't get hooked out there. Get away from Reynolds. Step away from the fly fishermen. All right, Kate. Yes, indeed, the wait for royal baby number 2 is over. We're looking at St. Mary's Hospital, where Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, has given birth to a baby girl. All right, the Duchess was accompanied to the hospital by her husband, Prince William, to St. Mary's, which, by the way, is the same hospital that he was born in. And by the way, the baby was over 8 pounds, so congratulations to them. The weather, not so great for everybody standing outside the hospital and outside Kensington Palace. Looks pretty wet and windy out there. Well, now back to the devastating earthquake that struck Nepal. More than 6,000 were killed in the 7.8 magnitude quake, with more than 14,000 injured, countless others still unaccounted for. One of the agencies stepping up to help is ShelterBox, which provides emergency shelter and important supplies to communities all around the world. Joining us on the phone right now from Kathmandu is ShelterBox response team member Becky Maynard. Good morning, Becky. Thanks so much for joining us and for all you do there.
Good morning, Kelly.
How did you and your team get these tents to Nepal?
We actually had shelter boxes pre-positioned in Nepal because we responded to flooding and landslides last year. That meant that we had a stock in the country so we could start responding immediately. We now have the challenge of getting more aid into the country, which is very difficult in a small airport in a landlocked country. But at the moment we have aid for around 3,500 families en route, and we're hoping to access that very soon.
I was going to say there are so many people displaced by this, not to mention injured. Just how many tents are you setting up, and how do these tents hold up to the weather?
Well, initially we've been setting up a number of tents for hospitals. The hospitals, many have been declared unsound because of the earthquake, or they've simply been completely inundated by people with injuries. So we've been focusing on those hospitals initially. The tents themselves are designed to withstand really extreme weather conditions. So from very hot to very cold, they're tested in wind tunnels up to 120 kilometres an hour, and really designed to withstand the extremes that the world can throw at us. And that's going to be really key in Nepal in the coming days, weeks and months, because the weather conditions have been pretty bad. We've had one dry day today, but actually there are storms forecast, and we're just coming into monsoon season. So that durability against the weather conditions is going to be really key to helping people as they try to move on from this devastating earthquake.
Absolutely, Becky. And by the way, where else have you responded in the past, being a worldwide organization?
As a worldwide organisation, we've been all over. We've responded over the last 15 years to countries such as Haiti after the earthquake, Indonesia after the tsunami, and most recently we've been working in Malawi, in Syria, and other countries surrounding Syria to help the people dealing with the crisis there. We've responded to over 200 disasters, and we on average respond to a disaster every 2 weeks.
And if someone does want to help, maybe someone watching at home, whether it be donations or maybe even joining your team, how can they do that?
If they can just search ShelterBox USA, they should go straight to the website, and any support right now will be hugely appreciated. The people in Nepal are in really desperate need, and we'll be working here in the coming days, weeks and months, I feel, to reach those really, really hard-hit areas, particularly in the rural regions.
Becky, thank you so much for joining us and all the work that you do there. And if you want to help the victims of the earthquake in Nepal, there's a list of the charities providing aid. You'll find those links and the contact information for these groups at weather.com. All right, now let's head back to Louisiana. Kate and Reynolds, did Reynolds catch anything?
No, not a thing.
Not a thing, but you know what? He's back from being gone fishing.
That's right. We got flood stage going on right now. Not a whole lot of activity, but I'll tell you, we've had a flood of all kinds of amazing people that we've met. You know, every person has had a story. Every person.
This road trip, you know, incredible people, and such passion for the weather. It affects the livelihood of so many people in the heart of Louisiana. That's exactly where we are this morning, and we're going to be for the next 2 days.
That's right. Sunrise on the Bison, folks. We have so many stories to share with you, so many things that you can see. The full thing's coming up in a few moments. Sit tight.
Look at
Enjoy.
that. There's the sun. Ball of lava.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here in my lower back. But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My lower back pain. Find a machine at drscholes.com.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I am one of the ones who discovered Always Discreet underwear for sensitive bladders.
It makes me feel secure, confident, and I feel protected.
I mean, I feel comfortable to move in them. They move with me.
I love Always Discreet underwear because of the fit. The fabric is very soft. I can wear whatever I want to wear.
Always Discreet's made me a very happy woman.
Join over 500,000 women who've discovered Always Discreet underwear. For more stories and your free sample, go to alwaysdiscreet.com so bladder leaks can feel like no big deal.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
With Nutrisystem, lose up to 15 pounds by summer and feel great.
I'm Melissa Joan Hart, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem. My energy is back, and I can't stop smiling about it.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week and 1 inch off your waist, or your money back guaranteed.
I'm GD Francis, and I lost 30 pounds on Nutrisystem. I did it, and I'm not done yet.
I'm Dan. I lost 22 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism free. And 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes to crush those cravings free.
I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem. There's never been a better time to get started. Trust me, Nutrisystem worked for me, and I know it'll work for you too.
Call 877-984-THIN right now and get Fast 5 Plus with shakes free.
Monday morning, a deeper look at the weather, timing, and decision-making that ultimately led to the sailing tragedy in Mobile Bay. Wake up with Al and AMHQ Monday morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
Current. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You know, it's great that Louisiana is in such a great, beautiful, temperate climate. It's a wonderful location. But the problem is, in this location, you've got some great benefits, but at times it can be bad because you've got the warm water. Right. It certainly can drive your weather. Sometimes good ways, other times it can be bad.
It can be real bad. You know, we're lucky that we're out here on this beautiful, glorious Saturday, May the 2nd. But earlier this week, we had some really rough weather across Louisiana. In fact, we had severe storms. We had hail. We had damaging winds. We even had a few tornado warnings in there. Take a look at this video. This is from New Orleans. It looks like they're in those waves crashing. This is actually Baton Rouge that you're looking at this. We just drove through there last night.
We certainly did. You know, I got to tell you, all the people that we've met over the last several days, especially here in Louisiana, these people are very weather savvy, and with good reason. They've had such
for the weather
history
today.
Yes, very thankful for the weather today, because there have been times in the past, especially say for recent example, Hurricane Isaac, a lot of damage from that. You have had Hurricane Katrina. Because of its location, they are prone to having rough weather.
Yeah, and you don't always think, you know, here we are, we're not on the coast, we're, you know, we're up in the basin here, the Atchafalaya Basin, and you don't always think about the damage that occurs here, but it does.
Indeed.
Boy, does it. We get, you know, the wind taking out the cypress trees and that regrowth that needs to happen. It churns up the the water, and it changes the way that those species are able to survive right in this water behind us.
Absolutely. Sometimes you'll have the water actually switch over, where water, when it's nice and cool, has got a great deal of oxygen content, so the fish are able to breathe through the gills. We have these things that are called fish kills, where sometimes you have warmer water that flows in, the fish actually suffocate. Right. It's a horrible situation. Thankfully, that's not a situation that we're dealing with right now. A great situation that we're dealing with for the moment is sending it over to Mike and Kelly in the lab. Take it away, guys.
Hey, guys. Gorgeous there right now, but I know the Gulf Coast no stranger to severe weather, including tornadoes, Mike.
It can happen. You know, we're getting very lucky now. This time of year in the Gulf Coast, we're going to more of a transition period. We're getting away from severe weather, and we're transitioning more to our tropical weather. So you get a lot of your action early season, but you take a look at how April really ramped up. You know, January, February, and March.
Slow.
Hardly anything happened as far as tornadoes go. Then April, boy, did we turn things around. More than 150 tornadoes in April alone. And notice where a lot of them were clustered down along the Gulf Coast, right where they are.
Especially Texas.
51 in Texas. Now, it's a big state. We get that. Some of those didn't exactly happen down right near the coast. Can be targets. You look at May, though, as a whole. We have large outbreaks in May across the country, and it is climatologically our most active month for tornadoes. We average about 277 tornadoes every single May. The one that we really include here for the Gulf Coast is right here, May 26th through the 29th, 1973. We had 99 tornadoes, but really only about 12 of those happened along the Gulf Coast. Outbreaks in May happen in typical tornado alleys. So if you take a look at May's tornado threat areas, there are some voids in here, Kelly. Look at this large area of void. We don't really consider tornadoes to be a threat in May from the Big Bend of Florida all the way through coastal Louisiana.
Great spring break destination.
It is.
And for a reason.
We go to Panama City, right? You can see where the threat becomes really prevalent here across the Central Plains. Similar for June. We take a lot of coastal Texas as well from a severe tornado threat. And then we go later in the season even. You get into July, the threat for severe weather almost gets out of the plains, and that greatest threat is actually back here across the Colorado area. So you're talking Denver over toward maybe North Platte, Nebraska. So the Gulf Coast, I got to tell you, we get a lot of thunderstorms in the summertime. They produce a lot of rain, maybe some lightning, but tornadoes are not usually something we look for in the Gulf Coast states in the summer.
And sometimes tropical systems, they can spin up tornadoes too. Pretty quick and usually weaker.
Yeah, it's usually like an August, September thing, but this time of year, pretty much non-existent.
I think Kate and Reynolds, you guys picked the best weekend of all to be right where you are.
Absolutely. I mean, no question about it. But the thing that's so weird about it is when you do think about Louisiana, you think about its close proximity to the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico, all things considered, a relatively shallow body of water. You have the daytime sea breeze, the daytime heating, and of course you have the recipe for thunderstorms. And again, during the tropical season, all bets are off.
All bets are off. You know, that's this area very well versed whenever it comes to the weather. And even out here, you know, on the basin, it's like you can feel it in the air when it's going to be a good day, when it's going to be a not so good day. Humidity's low today.
Absolutely.
It was a cold, crisp morning here in the swamp, and the sun's coming up now, as you can see on our in our eyeballs.
But what's interesting though is that the sun is coming up over the row of trees, but also over parts of the levees. The levees a constant reminder of the fluctuations that you see here in terms of climate and weather in Louisiana. You have the floods, of course, at times. You've got the hurricanes, and thankfully we don't have to worry about either, at least here today.
Not here.
But there are mysteries in the tropics.
There are some mysteries going on in the forecast. We are going to be looking ahead at that. We're also going to be taking a look at the possibility of severe weather in the coming days and what we could see here.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll have more from this beautiful basin. Oh, one of the true gems of the nation.
Road tripping with this guy. Gotta tell you, good time.
Deep in the dark, untouched recesses of your engine is power you never knew it could produce. And vapor can set it free. New Stable 360 Performance unleashes an exclusive vapor technology that rises above the fuel line to protect your engine where other additives can't, to help keep your engine running cleaner, leaner, smoother, and stronger than ever. The next level of performance is in the vapor. Stable 360 Performance.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see? Yeah. Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Dad!
Sorry. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Monday morning, a deeper look at the weather, timing, and decision-making that ultimately led to the sailing tragedy in Mobile Bay. Wake up with Al and AMHQ, Monday morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
We got more to do here in Louisiana. What do we have on the docket for later on today, do you think?
Okay, so today is the Atchafalaya Basin. That's where we're spending our morning here in the swamp. It is glorious. But tomorrow, we're at a Crawfish Festival. It's not the Crawfish Festival in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, where they are world renowned for their crawfish, and we are going to see all things mud bug.
We get to eat some mud bug?
Oh, we're going to, I think, have an eating competition.
Yes.
I won the skeet shooting competition, so we'll have to see how you do on the crawfish competition. You think you can make a rebound?
I will do the best I can. I'll eat at least 1, 2, or 3, which, speaking of which, we have 1, 2, and 3 top stories to talk about.
Kelly, Mike, do you think that he can rebound? Set the record straight?
Sure. By the way, I've never had a mud bug.
I feel like we're ready to have like we're like having the Joey Chestnut versus the Black Widow eating contest of crawfish. I want to see it happen. All right, let's talk about the 3 that Reynolds was alluding to. Our top 3 weather stories. Number 1 being warm temperatures on the move in places where we want warmth.
Yeah, shedding a layer or 2. We've got the warmth certainly across the plains, 10 to 20 degrees above average, moving through Chicago, the Great Lakes, eventually in the Northeast. Be patient though, Boston. I know you haven't hit 70 since before before Halloween, but we finally do it on Monday.
Yeah, like prayers are finally answered. The winter seems like it's gone right into May, huh? Storms do return to the Midwest. We've kind of taken a bit of a break last few days, but they come back now beginning tomorrow.
That's right. A few isolated storms popping out there today in the plains, but really over the next few days, we're going to see the storms just kind of exploding across the plains into the upper Midwest as well. Some of these storms, damaging winds, large hail. We can't rule out the possibility of tornadoes either.
It's definitely on the docket, that's for sure. Okay, storm number 3. Could it be this? The tropics getting active maybe a month early?
People joining us now are like, wait, tropics? Hold on a second. Hurricane season doesn't begin officially until June 1st here in the Atlantic. But yes, there is something to watch. The computer model's picking up on something as well off the Carolina coast. We're going to have to watch this for later on next week to see how close it may get to the coast. We will watch it for you. Chicago right now, no tropical storms. In fact, no storms at all. A beautiful day. We're in the low 50s right now. We saw highs in the mid 60s yesterday. Today, we'll do better than that, into the mid and upper 70s for your Cubs playing at home today. And then we do have that chance for thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow night and Monday. And Mike, we're going to have to watch some of these storms. They could get a little dangerous out there.
Indeed they could, and we're definitely focused on what could happen for you this weekend. Not huge threats for strong storms by any means, but beginning, I think, tomorrow especially, then going all the way through middle and end of the week, we could be looking for several days of storms. So late weekend, moist flow coming here out of the Gulf of Mexico. This would be tomorrow. A cold front moving east here, so we've got some triggers for storms. But then notice on Monday what happens for us. Larger area as that front kind of lays down a little bit here across the plains. And that means from, say, I-70, Dayton, Ohio, all the way down toward Midland, Texas. That's the area we'll really focus on for strong storms that could potentially contain tornadoes. Now on Tuesday, this is, I think, the day that Tornado Alley starts to light up. It goes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 3 days of severe weather. Fort Stockton, St. Angelo, Abilene, Amarillo, all these locations could be looking for storms as a dry line pushes here through West Texas. A Torcon of 3. What that means is a 30% chance of tornadoes in West Texas and southeast New Mexico. That could include a place, I say, like Clovis. It could also include Lubbock. So just be on the lookout for storms here. That's a 0 to 10 scale. 0 meaning you have no chance for tornadoes. A 10 meaning you've got a 100% chance of tornadoes. So you're sitting at a 3. On Wednesday, larger area now expanding farther north all the way into Nebraska. And so for that reason, a 3 is your Torcon in central Nebraska. About a 30% chance of tornadoes here. It goes all the way down through central Oklahoma and central Texas, meaning yes, Oklahoma City, here we go. And really, the one spot we really watch for tornadoes in the month of May is central Oklahoma. So we'll all be watching that very closely this week. All right, that's what's going on for us here. The Gulf got hit pretty hard with severe weather. Not the case, though, this weekend. Just truly beautiful. Ask Kate and Reynolds. They're from the basin this morning.
Yeah, it has been just spectacular. And
sweet relief.
Sweet relief, and especially in the world's, or at least North America's, largest swamp. Take a peek.
This area is what we call the Atchafalaya Basin, which is along the Atchafalaya River, which meanders about 120 miles to the Gulf. It is the largest and greatest remaining river swamp left in the U.S., and it always has been one of the largest, if not the largest.
You know what's amazing is there was a time in human existence when we believed that swamps were bad things. We believed that the best thing you do with a swamp is to drain it and convert it into farmland.
Yeah.
But it's such a valuable resource, isn't it?
It is the most valuable asset to the whole central United States. All that water comes through here is filtered naturally through these swamps and goes down to the Gulf, and by the time it gets to the Gulf, it's wonderful and beautiful water again. Now they allow 1/3 of the Mississippi River's flow to flow into the Atchafalaya Basin to protect low-lying areas like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and all the other low-lying areas all the way down in Mississippi. In the springtime is when our water levels rise, and our water levels will fluctuate up to 25 feet.
You've spent a lifetime here. What is it about the basin, about the swamp that's so special?
It's kind of like a gas station for your soul. You know, it gives you that full refill of soulful energy.
This place restores the soul.
It does.
It recharges you.
It recharges. It's unique to nothing but itself. Nothing is comparable.
Yeah.
Not the Everglades, not any other swamp system. Nothing is comparable to this.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Seal Colors, the colorful way to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Flex Seal Colors have the same sealing power as the original, now in vibrant colors that can transform and protect virtually anything. Unlike paint, Flex Seal Colors thick liquid dries to a watertight, flexible, rubberized coating. Just a quick shot fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks while remaining completely flexible. It's actually liquid rubber in bold, beautiful colors. Ideal for arts and crafts, sealing outdoor decorative items, even projects and hobbies. Forget thin, runny spray paints. Flex Seal's thick rubberized formula covers fast with just one pass. To show you the incredible strength of Flex Seal, we took this old pickup truck, coated it in Flex Seal colors, and turned it into the Flex Seal Submarine. Red, blue, and green, it's the coolest sub you've ever seen. And the inside is completely dry. Full speed ahead. Hey, what are you looking at? We Flex Sealed everything you see here. Imagine what you could do with Flex Seal Colors. Go from dingy and old to colorful and bold. Get Flex Seal Colors for just $19.99. But wait, we're going to double your order and send you 2 cans. Plus, we'll include a handy can of Flex Shot, the easy way to caulk, bond, and seal. You get 2 cans of Flex Seal Colors and a handy can of Flex Shot, all for just $19.99. You're going to love Flex Seal Colors. Here's how to order.
To order Flex Seal Colors, call 1-800-827-0680 or go to getflexseal.com. That's 1-800-827-0680. This offer is not available in stores. Call or go online now.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, folks, welcome back to AMHQ Weekend. We, if you're just tuning in, obviously are not in the studio. We'll be doing our beautiful spring tour. What's the name of the place?
We're in the Atchafalaya Basin, and we've got an airboat behind us. We were lucky enough to go out on an airboat the other day.
Indeed.
We're going to go back out on it today. This is a driving tour, so we're road tripping.
We are road tripping.
We got the beef jerky.
It's been wonderful. We've done that. We've had all kinds of incredibly great food. When it comes to the base, though, what's interesting about it is 70% 70% of it is actually land, 30% is water, and this is the #1 mode of transportation.
It's
it
amazing.
really is. And this has allowed us, this has been the vessel, our little rocket ship that has been able to show us the more amazing sights and sounds and so many amazing animals. And also kind of like a festival out there.
It is. It's a festival of crawdads or whatever you may want. But you know what? Today, it's all about getting you outside. That's why we're on the road. We're saying it's amazing. In fact, take a look at this. It's the Beale Street Festival in Memphis. And the forecast, stay magnificent.
Yeah, no singing the blues here. I mean, I guess you could because that'd be appropriate, but seriously, weather-wise, it's going to be spectacular.
Go get you a drink at Silky O'Sullivan's.
So maybe you would want to sing the blues. And things like that.
Okay, and guess what's going on today? It is my favorite thing I miss in my heart and soul from West Palm Beach, Florida, Sunfest. Right there on Flagler, on the waterfront. You're right there on the Intracoastal. You have 5 different stages, bands going on all day, incredible lineups. You've got the sun shining overhead, amazing stuff.
Sun goddess, copper tonus, shine down on me.
It's going to be a little warm there today, but I think you'll have a fun time at Sunfest. Enjoy the barges, too.
Yeah, and many people are going to want to run to the Derby because it's the 141st Derby, and a lot of people there are going to be tipping the glasses.
Yeah,
here's some recipe ideas. Derby thing. They get the Derby now.
Stand by. Hey, okay, sorry. That confusion.
So they're called technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And they do happen from time to time. But every now and again, you'll have these moments where things just go into place. And I'll tell you, one of the things that's been going into place has been the weather. It's been great.
It has been great. And a good weekend to do it because we have a lot of stuff going on outside. Let's take a look at again. And try and get you those drink recipes. You need them this morning.
Have a taste, please.
Hi, I'm Chris Morris, the master distiller at the Woodford Reserve Distillery, and I'm joined in making a $1,000 Woodford Reserve mint julep this year by Jody Nichols. So we're going to sort of tag team because this year the $1,000 mint julep is a little different. It's not your typical mint julep. It's more of a contemporary mint julep, actually created by a bartender for us. So, you ready to get to work?
Let's go.
Okay, this year we're using chocolate mint, and we're going to put some chocolate mint in the bottom of our cup, and I'm going to put some chocolate mint in a cocktail shaker, Jody. Now, to your cup, I'm going to add crushed ice, and you're going to garnish that up for us while I'm making the rest of the drink.
Let's put the mint in.
Let's get those in there. All right.
And put our gold straw in there.
Our gold straw and mint. And I'm going to put some wonderful coconut palm sugar syrup.
That sounds good.
In the cocktail shaker. And then this year we're using Woodford Reserve Double Oaked Kentucky Straight Bourbon into the cocktail shaker. And we're going to shake. Doesn't need a whole lot. Just to bruise that mint. And then I'm going to pour over that crushed ice, and you're going to top off this unique julep with some candied orange and lemon slices.
Look at this.
Look at that. This is like drinking liquid caramel.
Excellent. And then what do I have here?
A little powdered sugar to dust.
In the wind, no less.
Oh, wonderful.
And there we go.
And there we have this year's $1,000 mint julep. It's for charity, of course.
Well, for charity.
And this year our charity is the Wounded Warriors Equestrian Program.
For charity.
Isn't that good?
All right. Well, that may be good, but so are these. Aren't these cool?
Yeah. You know you're in the South when the mayor hand makes some traps and brings them to you. We're going to tell you about this next.
This program powered by Glory Ram.
I got red dirt stains on my boots and jeans, callous fingers from my guitar strings, wild like the wind in the tall pine trees. I got roots and I got wings.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget. But thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
At Fingerhut.com, we got approved to shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items with brand names like Samsung, Dyson, DeWalt, and with great family stuff like this Samsung TV.
And even our yoga mats.
All you gotta do is click on over to Fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
The English crown has been protected for thousands of years.
You're turning the monarchy into a circus.
We are not a normal family.
The Royals, brand new Sundays at 10, only on E!
Need a new mattress? Come to El Dorado and shop Florida's largest mattress selection.
.com.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68. Winds northeast. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Y'all, it's amazing out there.
It is. You know, Kate, you can't in this life pick your weather. You can't choose it.
Right.
But sometimes, every now and again, you just get lucky.
It just comes together.
Yeah, it does.
Talk about a beautiful weekend. Maybe to take a road trip with the family. Our AMHQ weekend family, my big brother here and I, we hit the road. And, you know, yesterday we were in Mississippi. Today we're in Louisiana because we were so sick and tired of bringing you the bad winter news.
Absolutely.
We want a little spring in our step.
And, you know, one of the things that brought the spring in our step are the people, the places, the traditions that make this so incredible. One thing that's not so incredible, sometimes the tropical weather can really turn south. And right now, we're not into hurricane season as of yet, but we are seeing something pretty interesting that's right off parts of the coast.
Yeah, let's go back into the studio. We'll let Mike and Kelly break that down for us.
Exactly, guys. You know, Mother Nature does not go by the calendar.
No.
She's not going to wait till June 1st every year for hurricane season to officially start. But yeah, there's something that could get interesting, wouldn't you say, next week?
Definitely. We're planners. Mother Nature is not, just does her thing. So we've got this system off the coast right now. It's not going to be the actual low that forms, but it's going to be the beginnings of the low that forms, if that makes any sense. Okay, so here's how it kind of plays out for us. That low exits, front goes south, okay, basically stalls out right over Cuba and the Bahamas, and it's going to rain there through the weekend, maybe early next week, and then it retreats back to the north and forms an upper level low that may spin off a surface low, and it just depends where that low forms and how strong it is, exactly what we get. But as of late, past couple of days, both the very reliable computer models that we use, the European and the American model, are forming a low right here off the Carolina coast.
So a split personality, if you will. It goes down to Cuba as one thing and may come back as something else.
It certainly may. It's going to be fun to watch, that's for sure. But, you know, May, not unheard of,
right,
to get systems out there. In fact, we get one about every 3 years or so. Most recent one we had in the Atlantic Basin was back in 2012. That was Burl. But this is a look since 1850 of all the different tracks that we've had. Just a handful of hurricanes in there, a lot of tropical storms. But if you look at the Gulf of Mexico, where Kate and Reynolds are, we do not have a storied history of May systems. In fact, we've only had five landfalling tropical storms since 1850, and zero, count them, zero hurricanes that have made landfall in the month of May in the Gulf of Mexico. But we do look at the whole season, okay, and a couple of counties in particular for some of these states that are really susceptible. Galveston County has a high percentage chance of getting hit, Plaquemines Parish in Louisiana, and Monroe County in Florida.
All right, this is your prep time as we get ready for the hurricane season, which actually starts June 1st, by the way. But stay right there. We're back with our It's Amazing Out There spring tour. Reynolds and Kate, we'll check back in with them in Louisiana, coming up right after your local 88s.
Are you sending your kids to school with an allergy medicine that may make them drowsy? Only Children's Claritin provides non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief.
And it's the #1 pediatrician-recommended non-drowsy brand.
In class and out, your kids can live Claritin Clear.
Once we were dreamers, adventurers set out to discover new lands, new people, new ways. Once we were great explorers, in search of hidden treasure, secret hideouts, magic lands. The treasure is still here and waiting to inspire a new generation of dreamers. Come uncover the riches and bounty of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The amazing, delicious cinnamon and sugar taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and cold milk. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Crave those crazy squares.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Dad!
Sorry. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
He says she's an undisciplined overwaterer. She claims he's a cruel underwaterer. With Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix, plants only get water when they need it. Fight ended or shifted. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
Mario had a job to do, but his tool selection wouldn't do. Luckily, the nearby AutoZone and a free loaner torque wrench did the trick and left Mario feeling 10 feet tall.
It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
Hi, I'm Brenda, and this is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 37 pounds. Look at the new me.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand.
Lose weight your way.
Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Hydroxycut has completely changed my life. I can finally fit into the clothes that I love.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way, and look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
Control the weather.
That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, the Coast Guard's the last line up defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
You guys, you know that you are in the South on a road trip when the mayor himself brings you handmade traps. Now, you made this one by hand. This one's for a catfish.
It's a miniature catfish net.
This is a miniature catfish net, and you've got a crawfish net here, right?
Crawfish traps, miniature crawfish traps that we make. You put a bait in it, you may catch 4 or 5 crawfish in it.
Now, Reynolds, this isn't the first time that we ran across Sherbin, was it?
No, we actually met the fine mayor actually out in the boat doing something pretty interesting out in the swamp. What exactly were you doing?
What I was doing, I was baiting some traps, testing different areas. We're having a problem with the water quality in the basin right now. The crawfish are dying real easy. So what I do, I'll spot check, and I'll check my traps back. If they're alive, I'll bait all my traps. If not, I won't. I don't want to kill the crawfish.
On a good day, how many can you bring in?
Oh, I've caught up to 50, 60 sacks in one day.
Unbelievable.
Is the water quality an issue because of you guys have a flood stage right now?
Yeah, the water quality right now is the biggest problem in the Atchafalaya Basin for the commercial fishermen and for the sports. Because, I mean, all fish, the sport fish, the sac-a-lait, bass, and everything else, they get ready to spawn now. They go into real shallow waters, and the water quality has to be there.
It has to be there.
If not, the eggs will die.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Sherbin. That's obviously one of the reasons that we're glad we're out here this morning. We want to help preserve this gorgeous part of the country. It's stunning.
Sure, thank you. And I really thank the Weather Channel for coming out, letting us tell the people the problems of the basin. And I think they're doing a great job, and I'm hoping they're having a good time.
What a great gentleman. We love this guy so much. What a great time. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for coming along in our adventure. It's been wonderful. We've got so much more coming up later this morning.
We're going to try and catch some crawfish because we're heading to the Crawfish Festival in Bow Bridge tomorrow morning as we continue our spring tour.
All right, folks, enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Make the most of it. Be safe.
We can recharge up next. We're going to be on that, too.
There you go.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Drives down the lane. Beautiful.
Oh, come on.
The big man underneath.
Come on. It was in the pink there.
Puts it up off the glass and it's in for two.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
After years of being treated like she was invisible, it occurred to Mindy she might actually be invisible. But Mindy was actually not invisible.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
She had just always been treated that
You
way.
don't have to look at me like that. There are worse things than an attractive woman touching your body. Okay.
Join the nation that sees you as a priority.
Nationwide is on your side.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth wear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked Underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair only at DuluthTrading.com.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 80, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 79. Winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, tropical trouble may be brewing in the Atlantic Ocean nearly a month before the season officially begins. The potential exists for a tropical storm to form off the southeast coast. A lot of mystery and scenarios here. We're going to talk to you and walk you through it all.
Let's get ready to rumble. That's right. The fuse is about to be lit on a new round of severe weather from Texas all the way into the Great Lakes. We're going to break down the timeline and the impacts day by day.
And we are coming to you live. We took the show on the road, and we're in the Atchafalaya Basin in Louisiana this morning.
Yeah, we are swamped by the beauty of this place. We're going to share it with you coming up in just a few moments. One of the great delights we have here in this wonderful place we call America.
and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Maria LaRosa.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. There's a lot of stuff happening on this first weekend of May. We have potential for a tropical storm in May, not even in the official season. We also have a severe weather threat we're tracking and the Kentucky Derby. We're hours away from that, not to mention no weather connection, but we're talking about the Royal.
Kate is my best friend in my head, so there's that connection.
And this weather where she was born, but she was born inside the weather. Again,
we digress.
We'll move on. But still, good morning to you in Omaha, even Chicago, the Chi. Got a stormy weekend for Omaha and Chicago. You know, definitely going to see a beautiful Saturday and Sunday, but thunderstorms moving in as we head on towards tomorrow night in both cities. But other areas will see it sooner than that. We'll break down the time.